Hey, good afternoon. I am here to share with you my story. Well, some of my story. My name is Davian Cole, and I have been living with sickle cell disease for over 26 years. And I must admit, it has been a challenge. I must say, it has been rough. I've had my good days. I've had my bad days. I've had my rough days. The days when I feel like I want out of this life. The days when I feel I deserve to be pain free. The days I feel I don't have sickle cell disease. Nevertheless, in all that I've gone through, I have wholeheartedly learned to lean on Jesus. There's a songwriter that says, "There's not a friend like the lowly Jesus, no, not one." And if I may add to that, I agree that there's no friend. There's no friend like Jesus. And I think over the years I've learned to cope with building a foundation and building a relationship with God, or else, to be honest, I would not be here today. I'm only here because of the grace, the mercy, and the goodness of Jesus Christ. So I know many persons may know what sickle cell disease is. Some people may not really know what sickle cell disease is. But first, I want to declare that sickle cell disease does not only mean death. All right? Sickle cell disease does not only mean death. Yes, persons can die living with the disease. So, yes, death is a part of it, and in general, death is a part of life. It was appointed unto us to die, and after death will come the judgment. So, a lot of persons normally ask me when they learn of me having sickle cell disease if I'm not afraid of dying. No, I'm not afraid of dying, and a lot of persons still ask why am I this upfront, and why am I not afraid of death, or why do I accept death so easily? But I mean, it's a part of who um it's a part of what I have to live with. It's a part of I mean, death is the only thing that is promised to us. First of all, death is the only sure thing that has been promised to us. So sickle cell disease mainly, it is a blood disorder, and for someone living with sickle cell disease, or SCD as what it is called, sickle cell anemia, sickle cell disease, it's where the red blood cells become hard and sticky, and they will stick to the blood walls, preventing, so our blood cells are supposed to be round, but when it gets sticky and lacks oxygen, then it becomes sickled, meaning that it is in the shape of a half a moon and not as flat and round as a donut is supposed to be. All right. Now there are many complications that comes with having sickle cell disease. It is one of those diseases that are very painful, one of those diseases that are extremely painful. And even though I'm talking to you, I'm having some aches and pain in my back, but for me personally, one thing I can say, I have never allowed me living with sickle cell disease, or I have never allowed sickle cell disease in any way, shape, or form to deter me or to stop me from living the kind of life I know that I deserve to live. So I want to share with you a couple minutes more on what really it is. So, like I just said, it's a disease that it's a blood disorder, so it cannot be, it's not one of those diseases that are catching. All right, you cannot catch sickle cell disease from talking to somebody who has sickle cell. You cannot get sickle cell disease from somebody where you share the same bathroom or the same glass, the same spoon. No. However, it happens where both your parents have the gene, a positive gene for sickle cell. So once you're the first child, and not only the first child, but once both parents carry the trait, then the child is going to come with sickle cell disease. So both my parents have sickle cell disease. Sorry, both my parents have the trait. Sorry, both my parents have the trait for sickle cell disease, and I am the first child for them. So because mommy is positive for the trait, daddy is also positive for the trait. Then, being the first child, I came fully blown with sickle cell disease. There are two types of sickle cell diseases, and there is SC, and SC is, well, persons do have the trait. For persons who have the trait, they do not have a lot of pain and all of those stuff that we go through. But there is SC, that is just sickle cell, and persons have the SS. Now, I am one of those persons who have SS. And when you talk about SS, it simply means that you are fully blown, as what the doctors would say. Are you fully blown with sickle cell disease, meaning you have all the, what can I say, complications that comes with the disease. So I am the first child, and I'm the first of two children for Carla Cole and Brian Cole. My parents are pastors, as some people would know, and it is, should I say it is? Well, yes, it still is a challenge, even though I'm an adult. But the disease has really hampered me personally. The disease has really hampered my family, especially my immediate family. I am talking about like my parents and my sister. I only have one sibling, and she is not positive. um she does not have fully blown sickle cell. She has the trait. Now, if my sister should get married to somebody who also has the trait for sickle cell disease, then that child will have sickle cell disease. So she already has a daughter, and her daughter does not have sickle cell disease. So thankfully, she is out where that is concerned. So if I should get married to somebody now who has a trait or has sickle cell disease per se, then it will only be a miracle from God to not allow our child or our children to be born with sickle cell disease, and that is something I am really running from. I know a lot of persons are skeptic about